So today, we are making a dish that's considered to be one of the most classic dishes that hail from Spain and truly a recipe that hallmarks the simplicity of the Spanish kitchen. We're talking baked cod in a beautiful rich tomato sauce. This is known here in Spain as Bacalao al Horno in Salsa de Tomate. And let me tell you, this is one of those dishes that are so easy to make and come together in a little over 30 minutes, yet it feels like a restaurant quality dish that's been simmering for hours, folks. Serve the Spanish baked cod next to some roasted potatoes and a crunchy baguette, and you got yourself one heck of a classic Spanish meal. Let's begin by getting the ingredients ready to make the tomato sauce. I'm going to finely dice one medium-sized onion, thinly slice 4 cloves of garlic, roughly chop 4 cloves of garlic, finely chop 1 green bell pepper, and for the final ingredient, we're going to grab about 10 fresh tomatoes and finely grate them to end up with about 3 cups of finely grated tomato, which is 675 grams. Of course, to make this tomato sauce, you can also use canned tomato sauce or even passata, but by finely grating those tomatoes is what gives this dish that authentic Spanish touch. For the next step, I'm going to grab a large fry pan, heat it with a medium heat, and add in about 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. After heating the olive oil for about 2 minutes, I'm going to add in the sliced garlic, and we'll mix the garlic around. That way it's all coated in that olive oil, and it's very important to mix this continuously. That way the garlic doesn't brown too quickly, which can easily give it a bitter flavor, and it all evenly sautés. After about 2 minutes and the slices of garlic are lightly golden fried, once again you don't want to brown them too much, I'm going to remove them from the pan and then set them aside. Now, using the same pan with the same heat, I'm going to add in the finely diced onion and the finely chopped green bell pepper. And we'll mix the vegetables around. That way they're all coated in that olive oil. And once again, you want to make sure to mix this continuously. That way the veggies don't brown too quickly and they all evenly saute. After about 4 minutes, and the onion is nice and translucent, and the green bell pepper lightly sauteed, I'm going to add in the roughly chopped garlic. And we'll continue to mix this together, and we're only going to go for about 30 seconds on the garlic. You don't want to overcook it, you just want it to be nice and aromatic. Then I'm going to add in a generous teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is about 2.5 grams. This is what gives this tomato sauce that incredible depth of flavors. And we'll give it a quick mix. That way the paprika is evenly coating all the vegetables. As always, the Spanish paprika I'm using is from Kiva. Like I always tell you, this is one of the best Spanish paprikas out there. You'll find a link where you can get some in the description box below. And if you buy it from that link, you'll get 25% off your order. Once the paprika is mixed into the vegetables, I'm going to add in the 3 cups of grated tomato, which once again is about 675 grams. And we'll season everything with sea salt and a generous portion of freshly cracked black pepper. No need to add sugar here as we're using fresh tomatoes. However, if you're using canned tomato sauce or passata, add in a little pinch of white sugar. And we'll give this a mix, that way everything's evenly mixed together. And we're going to simmer our tomato sauce on a medium heat for about 10 minutes. This is enough time for all the flavors to develop and for that tomato sauce to really thicken up. In the meantime, let's start getting our cod ready. I've got 2 fillets of cod here. These are 400 grams each, which is about 14 ounces each. And I did buy them frozen and thawed them out just to make things easier and cheaper. Of course, you can use fresh cod here or any other type of firm white fish. I'm going to pat the fillets down with some paper towels. This is a very important step to remove any of that excess moisture in the cod. That way later on when we cook it, it can absorb all the flavors from the tomato sauce. Then we'll cut each piece of cod into 2 evenly sized fillets to end up with a total of 4 fillets. And we'll season them with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper just on one side. After simmering the tomato sauce for about 10 minutes, and as you can see it's thickened up, it's ready to go. If you want your tomato sauce to be a little bit thicker, just cook it down for another 5 minutes. I'm going to remove the pan from the heat. and transfer the tomato sauce into a casserole dish. The size of the one that I'm using is 12 inches by 9 inches, which is about 30 centimeters by 22 centimeters. And you want to make sure the tomato sauce is all in a flat layer. Then I'm going to add in the cod fillets over the tomato sauce, making sure they're all in a single layer. And we'll add our casserole dish into a preheated oven, bake and broil option. That's the bottom and top heat, 210 degrees Celsius, which is 410 degrees Fahrenheit. If your oven can't do both functions at the same time, no big deal. Just bake them until those cod fillets are perfectly cooked through. After about 16 to 18 minutes, those cod fillets should be perfectly cooked through. Of course, every oven heats differently, so it might take you 15 minutes or even up to 20 minutes. I'm going to remove the casserole dish from the oven, add the sliced garlic that we fried earlier over the cod fillets, and we'll sprinkle it with some finely chopped fresh parsley. Check it out, our Spanish baked cod in a delicious tomato sauce is done. Once again, this is known here in Spain as Bacalao al Horno in Salsa de Tomate. So easy to make, came together in about 40 minutes, and it's got an incredible aroma coming out of it. Once again, serve this next to some roasted potatoes and a crunchy baguette to mop up all that beautiful tomato sauce. Let's give this a try and see how it tastes. Now this is what classic Spanish food is all about, and truly one of my favorite dishes from Spain. Here we go. Dang, that is so good. It's so good. I'm gonna take a second bite. That was greedy. Seriously though, the cod is beautifully cooked through. It just melts in your mouth, no tough textures in there. And then that homemade tomato sauce, it has such an incredible depth of flavors. Thanks to that sweet smoked Spanish paprika. Like I told you at the beginning, it feels like it's been simmering for hours, folks. Give this a try at home and I promise you are gonna absolutely love it. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Martin John Madsen, Jesper Haloon, Jim Owens, Tommy Williams, and Clarence Bolin. Again guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment below and don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego.